Okay, so we're going to practice a little bit of side crow. You need to carry on practicing your crow and your crane, okay, ultimately to get the strength in your wrists and your forearms. But I'm just going to try and teach you the principles of your side crow. Okay, so we can come into it in a couple of different ways. A nice way to start coming into it, to learn how to twist deeply from the core, is from a chair pose, okay? So we'd come into a chair pose, bring your hands to your heart centre, and then we would try and get this right tricep over as far as you can towards the left thigh, okay? So squeeze the knees together, try not to drop one leg, so the hips will drop, palms are in, and I want you to just practice holding this. So this is going to deepen your twist. So palms push together, and you're going to push the right arm against the left thigh. So you can see how much I lift by pushing away through that thigh. Okay, so this is a really good pose to practice, obviously on both sides. It's good strength work, and it's a good way to get the core working and activate where you should be working. Okay, so you're squeezing, pushing away. Obviously that's quite hard work, but that's nice prep work to get into it, okay? So from here, you'll be lifting the arms, sitting down, bringing that arm across, okay? So from here then, we would be starting to get the hands onto the floor. So shoulder width apart with the hands is where you want to put them. You won't be able to go too far away with the right hand. The right hand it'll only go in one place, okay? So you won't be able to go too far or too near. So you're going to just place the hands there, okay? So two options with the hands is either make it a little bit harder by placing the left hand out to the side, or you've got the option to bend the left elbow, place the elbow into the hip, and the left hand points out to 9 o'clock. So right hand would be forward, left hand would be out to the side. And you're going to try and pop onto that arm, okay? So if I show you this way first from the front, so you'll be coming high onto the toes. You have to come onto the toes to do the pose. I'd be looking out towards that left corner, and I would be just popping my hip onto that arm. Obviously the elbows need to be lower than the knees. So that would be the first step, okay? Same on both sides. If you wanted to take the variation with your hand to the side, obviously you're just taking the weight onto the one arm, so it makes it a little bit harder. So what I would do then is I'd start to lean into the elbow, and the feet would come off the floor. Okay, so my right elbow is into my leg. My left elbow is more or less just resting in mid-air. So if I show you from the side, just lift and then lower. Okay, so obviously that was the side variation. So if I take it into the hip now here, right hand forward, left hand to 9 o'clock. Okay, so I'm high on my toes. So you can see why it's important to get that twist from the center. I'm going to start to lean now my hips. So my hip comes onto the left leg. My right thigh is on my right elbow. And obviously, if you're struggling, you can pop your head down. Slowly bring it back. Okay, so obviously it's a lot of work on the wrists. So if you wanted to try the other side, you can come into the chair. Obviously you can twist, or if you feel reasonably warm in your thighs, you can just come straight down into your thighs. So option 1, hands wide, elbow is bent again, left arm. So you may want to come up high onto your toes to get to that a little bit easier. Shoulder width apart. Look to the right corner, and then I'm going to start to press into the arms. Maybe you come here and that's enough. Maybe you want to pop your head on the floor onto a block, or maybe you're happy just to lift straight off. Pop it down. So if I wanted to use a block or something like a block or upwards box, you can use an upwards box. So let's try. Left hand, right hand points to 3 o'clock. Okay, so the other side. So I'm deep into my waist, high on my toes. I'm trying to aim my head towards the block. And and then I press into my arms. So instead of my arm being forward, pointing out to the side, rest the hip and then lift off. You can rest the head onto the block if you want to. So squeeze, breathe, hold, and in time you can start to split the legs. Let's just start with lifting off the floor first. It's quite hard to talk and do that at the same time. So I hope that helps. It is a really quick overview of how to do your side crow. Principles are to look up and forward. It's a lot of arm strength, okay, and core work, so I'm not going to lie, it isn't easy. It takes a while to get there. And just work on your twist, okay? So I would be encouraging you to practice this, first of all, to allow you to get strength in your legs, nice deep twist, to enable you to get a little bit into the pose a bit easier. Okay, hopefully that helped. Thank you, bye.